Okay, so last time we were dealing with Sakura's murder, unfortunately. We're still investigating things. Now, I still say it was suicide. Maybe.
I won't forgive you.
Toko's the killer. I'm sure of it. That magazine proves it. We've got the killer cornered.
Hey,
Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Alright, well, let's see. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red. At least the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been in a bottle. And on top of that, near the glass, it's a Monokuma figure that fits in the palm of my hand. Well, yes. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. What exactly? Something new, something new.
hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation. There's one missing. The bottle with the knight chest piece, that's on the floor now. We get that. But the one with the queen is missing. That's interesting. So it should be pawn, rook, knight, bishop, queen. Hey, it's installed. Cool. Oh, it's an update file. Whatever. It should be pawn, rook, knight, bishop, queen, king, but the queen is missing. Alright. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is? Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's cool figuring stuff out on your own and everything, but honestly, just help us get there already. Stop being so mysterious.
so...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but you giving me my conclusion isn't a good idea. Why? Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. Alright, fine. It's not just because you don't trust me, right? Alright. No answer? I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Yeah, one's missing.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. Oh yeah? I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so yeah, exactly.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work, collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Oh, Christ, I for a split second I thought it might have been Byakuya. Just don't need his ass here right now. Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Okay? Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Would the weight change? Alright, I don't know. Alright, well, let's see. Keep yawning. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. Okay, fine. don't know what you're getting at exactly. First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. Right? It's balanced.
In other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight. Would the chess pieces themselves be different sizes? Also, it kind of looks like the one on the left, the one with the pawn, is actually a little heavier according to the needle right there, but I don't know, maybe that's just a mistake on the artist's part.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. For all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected would be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? Why is... Okay. The broken pieces are heavier. Is it possible that the one with the queen in it got smashed up too? And that you got all those pieces together as well? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. Well, my theory is, my hypothesis is that perhaps the bottle with the queen chess piece gets smashed up too, and it's mixed in with the bottle pieces from the knight piece. That's my guess, at least. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Alright. What else was there?
in other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together, and I believe we'll arrive at one very specific conclusion. It's up to you. The experiment showed that the pieces of glass on the floor were heavier than an intact Monokuma bottle. And the bottles all have something in common. There's apparently an important secret hidden there. I gave that to Sakura. She got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. Yeah, they were best friends. It sucks. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around the edge of the room. It's like protein drink, it's empty. Second must have drank it, even though it's much less than protein. But still, this protein can. It's only one that says Chem A2.
hey,
She says glass being under the can is also important. And when it was smashed, glass fell down all around the canister, but she's saying there's glass under the canister as well, and that's kind of important too. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew,
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recall the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. I won't say completely, she seems to hold a grudge very well. Very passive-aggressive. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal. And then, how can you?
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What the fuck does that mean? Are you a cop? Are your parents cops? What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
Most importantly, look here. It's the powder from the chem lab. I still say she poisoned herself. I still say it was suicide. Her shoes?
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow. Really? Okay, so I was right. It was suicide. But instead received 2 blows to the head. Ah, God, I spoke too soon. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoka could have pulled that off. Oh shit. So we're there now. Yes, Monokuma? Is there something you want to say?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Can I? Can I? Can I?
No, you cannot, actually.
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
No, I forgot. Where was it again?
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Is he spying on me? How do you know what I was going to say?
See you soon.
It's already time? But the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No! Not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Oh boy. But then, I'm gonna make a new one here. Alright. Okay, before we do this, I need to separate for a second. I need to use the bathroom terribly badly right now. So, 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, everyone. Sorry about that. I really need to get a stream deck, finally. Also, you know, I was thinking about it. Is terribly badly proper grammar? I don't know. I have 21 of these? Jesus. This is gonna be a long one. Pocket trash. Hero is suspiciously suspicious right now. By you guys, but I don't trust him. She's not labeled as dead just yet. Same with Hifumi and Kiritaka. Alright. So let's go now. Fuck. Just 6 people now. Soon to be about 5 people. Maybe, we'll see. Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then... yeah! The ultimate martial artist! Guess fucking emoji right there. Emoticon, rather. A locked room murder mystery! Yet another emoticon.
What?
What the... Oh! I just recently discovered the power of emoticon. Wait, you people can see that? How does this world function exactly? How did you see an emoticon? Also, Monokuma, you are like 20 goddamn years late on that. Or whenever this game was actually released. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. That's exactly the opposite of what that does.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. That just means you're a fucking psychopath, which, considering it's you, Monokuma, I don't know why I should be surprised by that. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? He's right. That does make it seem sad. Yasuhiro, I don't like you.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Now then, please get on the elevator. Monokuma, you are like a 50-year-old mom who just discovered Facebook. Do you know that? No, of course you don't. I see you all down there. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet someone killed her. And that person is here. That person is one of us. Yes! Fuck, dude. This is the fourth time that we've been through this. Why are you so surprised? How can you just stand there and say you didn't do it without even breaking a sweat?
Hey,
Standing around here isn't going to do any good. Let's get going. Because I didn't do it. How many times do I have to tell you? The culprit is one of us. Make no mistake about that.
Don't look at me.
I said it before and I'll say it again. It wasn't me. It was either Yasuhiro or Toko. I honestly don't think Byakuya did it. Even though I wish it was him so we could find him out and then get him executed. But it was either Yasuhiro or Toko. Or Sakura committed suicide. It's one of those three things. There's no escape for any of us. Oh, I can't leave. I thought I was going to. Come on. It's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. I mean, how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We come to our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close. I felt like it began its sinister descent. It looks so empty. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. This whole place is Egyptian themed now. It's interesting. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment game. I'm not doing this again. Yes, let's save. Save here. Set skills. Alright. I only have one extra skill point. Let's see, how much does cost force SP? Damn. The focus gauge recovers more quickly. Effective during the non-stop debate in Hangman's Gambit. I don't really need the focus gauge, honestly. Let's see if that's doing. The focus gauge isn't unnecessary, technically speaking, but like I don't use it. I don't know anybody else who does use it. Also, I only have one SP point left. SP point. I only have one skill point left, so I can't use it anyway. Robot Chuck. Breathing technique. Lodi's voice. Oh, that's it, I guess. I can't do anything else. Oh, let's get going. Class trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
I don't think Hiro actually hated Sakura, but he is being suspicious right now.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone. No way.
I don't know about that.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those is 3 is the killer. But she must have had some reason for believing that. Yeah, it's obviously she does, you dummy. Always a count. Alright, here we go.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those 3 specifically. I'm sure she's mentioned it before. Yes, she has.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Son of a bitch. Come on, Makoto. Don't clam up now.
Shoot.
What are you talking about?
It was one of you.
Was that the right
One
one?
of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
The fu-
Low.
God
That's
damn it,
about
what'd I
as low
miss?
as you can get. It was one of you killed.
And what reason do you
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
Ah, son of a bitch.
As low as you can get. It was one of you killed.
And what reason do you
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
What the f- Oh my god, that white noise keeps getting in the way.
It was one of you killed.
And what reason do you
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
There we go.
No, it's wrong.
Break.
A
another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Makoto. Make your argument. Pocket trash. Almost as good as pocket sand.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on. There's no way none of you went. At least one of you is lying.
Hero's the one who's lying. There's a clear contradiction in something one of them something said just now. If they didn't go see Sakura, then how can they explain it?
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
No, that's wrong. Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots?
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
Also, his story about meeting her and not meeting her just are completely counterintuitive to each other.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
It couldn't have been forever ago, man.
When? When did she give it to you?
Yeah, exactly.
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
God, he's a terrible fucking liar. But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is when Sakura got that candy, Hiro got that candy from Hina. Sakura loved candy too much to share.
I got it!
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was,
So the suicide idea, aside, dude, did you do something to her? Because you cannot keep your story straight for the life of you. Speaking of life, that's about to end soon anyway, isn't it?
Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, you can't keep your damn story straight. That's the problem.
Why the sudden hostility?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing I thought.
Well, we just talked. That's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
How so?
More hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What, the Toko thing? What does shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime,
Yeah, that.
she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
Wait, how did you know that?
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it.
How did you know that?
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hero, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Exactly.
Huh?
Dude, he sucks so much. He cannot. Okay, so again, suicide idea aside, it was fucking Hero.
Well, when we found Ogre's body.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. When Kyoka found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was under the magazine. When Kyoka found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was above the magazine shelf on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Of course not.
Doesn't make sense?
He's a bad liar.
What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't. There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoka found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. God, it's like a fucking 5-year-old figuring this out. Magazine dying message. Now it's getting intense.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body. At the time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Aw, damn. What's wrong? Did I say something weird? Yeah, everything you say is weird.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Yes, he was voice actor is actually really good, playing up this dumb guy that he is.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
and I can tell you
Damn.
when I found it was only after I found the magazine.
Oh, it's gone now,
Pulled it
son of a
out.
bitch.
What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you
There we
when
go.
It was only after I found the magazine when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Ah, fuck.
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's
Now I'm messing
body
up
was
again.
discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Ah, shit. What does that have to do with what I said? Or do you just not know what you're doing? I don't know what I'm doing.
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out,
That's not what I
saw
wanted.
the
I wanted
final words.
the other thing.
Total sense.
I'll try to use it anyway, though.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby.
Right.
That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation.
Also, you weren't there, you weren't even there at all.
And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then.
Exactly. Hero, what did you do exactly?
Tell us the truth, Hero. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
Vienna sausage.
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah?
Good point. Can we take a look at the handwriting again? Oh, I can. It's a bit sloppy. Alright, never mind. Hero is known for having very neat handwriting, but this is kind of... it's kind of sloppy. Alright, forget what I said then.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
You talking is exactly why I'm suspicious. Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Moment of truth. We're doing it now? How do you do this
Show
again?
me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
What the hell's happening?
The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
What the hell's happening?
The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
What the fuck? The combo. Lock on X button. Can you imagine you have the...
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Fuck! I mean, failed. Yeah, give it another shot. Not giving up now.
Refuse to give up yet.
Thank God this game is so forgiving.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
I don't think I'm doing this right.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least 30% right.
Idiots. Okay, now I remember. They had the whole bullets thing.
The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Okay, I forgot about the whole loading bullets thing that they threw in.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Right.
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Why are you smiling like a smug bitch?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Jeez. So you would... Okay.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything. The fuck does that mean?
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind, before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that.
The examination said she had 2 blows to her head.
Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
He's going to now.
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
Jesus, Aoi.
We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
Hold on for a second, but how was the door still barricaded, though? After he left?
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What he would have had to do after any message doesn't make sense. Why the magazine and why you didn't use Sakura's finger? Well, it wouldn't be that strange for Toko to kill somebody random, right? Just a perfect ball throw. Don't think your suffering is over when you die. I want you to taste all the flavors of eternal pain. Anyway, that's not the point I was trying to make. Ah, fuck! I only have one more chance. If you want to pin the crime in Toko, there's only one thing that doesn't make sense. My magazine was hidden.
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well,
Because he didn't. Like he left the magazine on the table and ran out.
I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
Oh goddamn it, Toko, are you involved in this too now?
I don't see any reason reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
He's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Who was it?
Toko.
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like what had been written on. There's only one choice. Yeah, it was Toko herself.
It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
Oh, so it was Toko.
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that. It was Toko. I assume, at least. Kyoko's examination summary, stats of Sakura's body, yellow powder.
I didn't want to, but...
Right. Just real quick, just say this real quick. I remember when Byakuya asked Makoto to examine his shoes and compare them to the footprints, he said that his shoes were too big. So then I actually went through the trouble of actually looking at everyone's heights to examine it, and wait. Oh, I can't look at the report card. The only other person it could have been was Toko. Her shoes are much smaller than Makoto's, apparently.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby. And I hit over from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
I don't think she is. He is. Hiro hit Sakura, that's for sure. But this doesn't end there. There's something that proves that the wounds in her... There's something that proves that. The wounds in her head. 1 second. How do I switch bullets again? Okay, L1.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby. And I hit over from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
There we go.
No, it's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
Maybe the glass shattered.
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Right. The bottle with the queen chess piece is missing.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head?
Oh, you're nervous now, Toko.
She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
So I was right. The pieces of the Queen Monokuma bottle were mixed in with the ones from the Knight Monokuma bottle.
There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
Because of the spacing and the fact that the Queen is the one only missing chess piece.
That's easy.
Not accounted for.
If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The correlation between the Monokuma bottles. I feel like it's starting to become clear. How? Why are you so slow? Get there faster! That connection must be... is the object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Hangman's Gambit. What am I looking for here? 7 minutes. Alright. HS... Peace, obviously. Don't... Son of a bitch. No, get away from me. Chess... Peace... There.
Now I understand.
She mentioned chess pieces before, dude. Why are you so slow?
That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
Does anyone remember an anime called Mare? That was a great show. I missed that show.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
That means the queen piece is missing.
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
you really just grasping at straws there.
Yeah, Shogi is way better.
Shut up. I know it's not.
Yeah. Wait, no. That's what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, and the bottle that was missing, it was broken. It was excited.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
Yeah, tell me how I can cover up my future crimes. It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is Kyoko and I figured it out before.
I got it!
Yep.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
Hey, why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by... It had to be the second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
I'm sure Toko would disagree, but...
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Shut up.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
Did you really, or are you making shit up again? You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Alright, you know, that is kind of believable that something like that would happen, so...
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
They were never tight to begin with.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
The locker.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. Oh, stop doing this! Why do you keep adding shit to this? So far, you've probably been pressing the triangle button doing your final strike without a second thought. Yes, make this harder for me, please. But from now on, you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the L1 button. Also like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go, you! This is halfway through? Jeez. Well then, good luck and have fun. The moment of truth.
It's a lie! I did nothing! I hate you! I curse you! No! That's enough! I did nothing! I curse you! I curse you! It's a lie! That's enough!
Final strike.
That's enough!
This should prove it. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
Deny, Toko. Deny.
It doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Yeah, but my arthritis is acting up right now. It's just not a good day for me.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Yeah, I know, right? Just said it.
Then you killed Sakura! No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
No, just said it again.
Straight up again.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
How'd she even reach Sakura's head? Did she throw the bottle or something?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
Yeah, why did you?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling.
Yeah, I'd imagine she'd be angry after someone hit her with a bottle.
And when I turned around,
Ugh.
there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me.
Oof.
When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Alright, god damn it. Her? You mean... Yep.
Guess it's back!
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Was Byakuya involved in this somehow?
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wonder. So I opened my eyes to see...
Ah! Still Sakura.
everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle.
What was the bottle on the floor next to you? Oh, or did you saying you got up and grabbed it?
Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible. No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me in.
So how is this gonna work? Are they gonna somehow extract Genocide Jill and kill her? And leave Toko alone, or are they both gonna go?
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? She's talking like that, and Kina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Oh, fuck. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Oh boy, don't. Oh boy. Don't tell me.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
I still question how the door was barricaded when no one was in there. It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Kyoko's examination summary, status of Sakura's body, and the yellow powder. Yeah, that's what hasn't been addressed.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it, Ice Master, good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
So the second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura. Then the problem is, where did Sakura die? It was on the chair.
Just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it, Ice Master, good!
And where did the attack take place?
Ah.
I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, it's wrong.
Break.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
I guess you could argue that she staggered to the chair before dying.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. There was blood right in front, right there.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stained by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy.
Is it?
After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
No, because Aoi had. God damn it, Aoi! Don't tell me you did it. Because Aoi had went to grab everyone else and bring them to the crime scene.
While everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason why I took her hiding in the locker is because I saw it for myself. I was in the locker. The locker was too small. No.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How did you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
Poison is what I've been saying
that's
before.
because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation. Maybe it's... Make your argument. Yeah, the yellow powder, or... Let's see.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
If there's one place I might find a clue, it would have to be written in there. Oh, really? So the Monokuma file? Alright. I don't say the yellow powder thing. Oh, yeah, the yellow powder.
What was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to...
No, it's wrong.
Oh boy.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood.
Right.
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean... Maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
It was poison, like I said.
God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
Yeah.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poison?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
Shut up.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can... explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Not in the rec room? And I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Chem C9.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it. Lethal.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. It's on the same shelf as all the supplements. I'm positive. Yes, section C. That appears that C on it. So what's the problem? Ah, fuck! In section C, there wouldn't be any problem. All the extras.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
That's right. It was for some reason got mixed up.
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Why would there be?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. As if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein? Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder. Which means that conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? Hangman's Gambit. Oh, this is a big one. Oh boy. What is this? Damn it. Shit. I need an N here. Thank you. What is this? Oh, drink. No. Oh, wait. Aye. There we go. I kept thinking protein shake.
Poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein container. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. Protein drink.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
Right. Come on, Aoi, don't tell me. That doesn't explain how the door was barricaded, though.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
It was you, wasn't it, Byakuya? Please tell me it was you.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows to switch them, it has to be... Must be what we found on the shelf. I believe... This is it, isn't it? I can see why you might think that, but try again. Alright.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
That's what I figured. Even now, Aoi's still my favorite. But why?
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
It would explain why she wanted to vote so quickly, after we already accused Toko.
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers here are Makoto and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility. Plus, Nina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
Yeah, she was.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't be alone in thinking that that Aoi was going to be the one who's going to be killed and not an actual murderer, right? I can't be the only one who thought that.
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, dude. Like it. Makoto.
Well, it's just the two of them were so close.
Right. That's the surprising part.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein thing. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
The fuck?
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
So you're saying it was Byakuya then? Because right now, we've already cleared Hiro and Toko as suspects, for the most part, I guess. But you're saying that you don't think Aoi did it?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
The powder on it. Well, first of all, Sakura has the yellow powder on her shoe. That's something that stands out to me too. Like, I don't know if she guzzled down the protein and just let some of it just spill over or something, or the poison rather. And there's also, yeah, it's still the door being barricaded, and also, like, I guess I'm thinking about it now, as Kyoko pointed out before, how there was glass underneath the canister of protein. Well, the protein canister, technically speaking, it was poison, yes, but you know what I mean.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well,
She didn't.
that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
Does it not? Explain to me then.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
Okay, you've got a point.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I left the footprint.
If Aoi did kill her, was she actually working alongside someone?
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
What you thinking, Lincoln?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Except for you, I suppose.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I like how she said that. I dropped it like an idiot. Idiot that I am.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
I think I know where this is going.
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Make your argument. Footprints in the powder, chem lab shelf, source of the powder.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. And I grabbed the bottle and dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Alright, I think it's Byakuya now. In the chem lab, where were the footprints and what direction were they facing? Those facts clearly contradict what Hina just told us.
First I went
So she
to
may have been an
Section C.
accomplice at least.
That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle and dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C.
No, it's wrong.
Break.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
So it was Byakuya.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
She's so smug right now.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
Why are you yelling?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle.
Okay, that's interesting.
And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
From when the window was broken down? The shot of light blue gas killed found in the bottle of poison. Ah, right. I think I remember now. I broke something in this same shade of blue. The rec room window.
I got it!
Yeah, like I said.
Part of the window from the rec room door, right? The window? The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
Oh boy. As far as I can see, it's possible that Aoi and Byakuya may have been accomplices.
And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
I guess so.
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. It's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. This might be the last round, I think. Source of the powder, empty protein drink, chem lab shelf.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
When the locked room was unlocked, in other words, when I broke the window. If I concentrate on that,
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time.
oh,
It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
shit! What Kirker said doesn't make any sense to you either, right? My inferences are never wrong.
Shoot!
Inferences.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
When the locked room was unlocked. In other words, when I broke the window. When I concentrate on that.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there.
There we go.
What's wrong? You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
Right.
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
So I was right. So it was suicide. I was right.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Oh, now you want to be polite?
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been... That's why I killed Sakura. Me, I'm the black end. What does it matter who got what from where and took it where? But okay, so you're saying if Sakura herself got it. That's what I was thinking. So we vote against make this over with. No, Hina didn't have the poison. There's only one person who could have gotten the poison from the rec room.
I got it!
Sakura herself, yeah.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
That's what I was saying before.
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko only showed me the evidence I need. I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Yep, we're doing this now. The moment of truth.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong!
Final strike.
Do you have any kind of proof, Sakura?
This should prove it. Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must
How
have
do you
been
know that?
standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place?
Suicide.
The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura? The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room, there's only one way to explain it.
Here's my answer.
It was Sakura herself. She committed suicide.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
Why are you trying to take the fall for that?
What?
killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Byakuya created the locked room in secret. Monokuma forced it in the locked room. Sakura wanted to create the locked room. Yeah.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to get the others. On shaky legs, Hino left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Ogre? Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
But why, though? It just doesn't make sense.
No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. You have to end this properly.
Closing argument. Finish the thought. Also Byakuya. Let's see. This one is just this one. Yeah. Red herrings everywhere. I think this one. That's Aoi right there. I get. Yeah, it is. She's the only one missing here. Even though she wasn't actually the killer. Apparently. Upside down. Queen piece. No, wait. Oh, I've got this one. I think this is right. I think this is right.
Here's exactly what happened. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others.
Upside
but in her
down.
rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jill, actually.
When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece.
And then she
And
left.
that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort
Even her silhouette has a large chest.
was you, Hina.
Complete.
That's the full truth of the case.
But why would she do that still?
Sakura took her own life.
Actually, but no, it still wouldn't count though, would it? So the rule is if they pick the wrong person, then everyone else but the actual Blackened gets. Well, yes, it doesn't make any sense. So why would she do this? If they pick the wrong person, then the actual criminal, the actual Blackened, gets to go free, and everyone else gets punished. So I was thinking that maybe Aoi was trying to take advantage of the situation to free herself, but that doesn't make any sense because, like, she's wrongly she's the one who's been wrongly accused, but that doesn't mean she's the Blackened.
And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Because you're not as amazing as you think you are, Byakuya.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Got an A. Is it possible to get an S rank? Is there a trophy for that? Ooh, got 90 medals. That's cool.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point.
So what happens? I don't remember Monokuma saying anything regarding suicide.
Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Okay, we all vote for Sakura.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what happened, apparently.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote.
Let's vote for Byakuya.
So, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
It'd be awesome if the game could be procedurally generated, where it could be any random person who's the blackened, and like if you do choose wrong, the game continues, but like you get penalized somehow for that. Like this time it was Sakura. Some other time it actually could have been Byakuya. Yeah. Yeah, for a second I thought I actually would pick Aoi anyway. The guilty party is a dead woman.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why don't you try to cover up what happened? Yeah, why exactly? Oh, there's a menorah in the background. If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because... That's exactly what I wanted. But why? What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died. Oh my goodness.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Is this where it comes out where Aoi actually secretly hated everyone? Even Makoto? Even though I wanted them to be friends? Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. When was this? That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her, and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault, after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't forgive this!
my closest friend got hurt. Sakura, because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asks to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about what? What did you want to talk about? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you...
Hina.
Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura... She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trapped her all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what a suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. I mean, she also could have been speaking about everyone in general.
Why?
That's how far you'd pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please.
Let me in. Please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why does she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner, and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to be free of her regrets. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey, hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but
Hey!
it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you think that you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant?
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking. 'Cause her and me?
In other words,
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
yes indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? My controller just vibrated a lot just a second ago. What if it was really like this? Last Testament to Sakura Ogami.
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already... Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. Why?
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What? Then... You... lied to me?
Unbe your
Oh, don't say a lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. Yeah, it doesn't, does it? I can never do a murder mystery. Like I can never write one myself because small details like that I would probably not think of. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? Kind of. The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones joking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay? And scene! Cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place? Dude, we can think about that later.
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
Calligraphy, nice. She has a whole place set up like a dojo. It was our first night in the strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart and the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
Sorry. My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually everyone would escalate to someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my own life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then, Sakura didn't feel cornered? She didn't die hating us?
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting? To protect us?
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She did die. She died so young. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other. But you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What? What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste,
Say what?
because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
And I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. I don't know about that. But whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that. Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game. What the hell does that mean?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others kept cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear.
That is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thought with sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go. If the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time! What are you talking about? Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, well, you... A minute ago you were okay with dying, though, Aoi, weren't you? Oh, heavens no. Just because the Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bear times one rule. Bear times one rule? What? Bear times one? Okay. But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a waste to let it go to waste. It'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So, for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. And who's that? A special guest.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Someone I should know? That's exactly who I thought it would be. He found alter ego. I fucking knew he would. I thought it might be alter ego. Excavator destroyer. Christ. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk. That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at. I realize how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. Christ, I knew he was gonna fucking find him. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend! How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You friends with the laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with the basketball? Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him! Is this what you call animism? Where soul dwells within all things? Even like laptops? Works for Bleach. Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out of all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually,
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. Did you? I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I know you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all gonna play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you'd call it a gift. From me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward, in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But seeking into the network was just so too personal, so I had to do a little, you know, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
Well,
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. Something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it would act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue? What clue is that?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. That's... Yeah, that's definitely my controller making that sound and vibration. That's what Kyoko was talking about when she asked Monokuma what he did to her body. And I think that's what Hifumi was talking about before he died, that he remembered everyone. That's what he said before he died. I think that what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. Is to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fuck you. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I never let any of you greaseballs have it. But
Too bad.
sucks for you, loser. God, don't you just want to kill him? Wait, what's this? What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well,
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us. Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
who?
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. Memory erasure. And or possibly he made everyone immortal or long living at the very least, so they could spend as much time as needed in here. I don't know. Maybe it's actually a dystopian future outside now, because everyone's been here for like millennia now and they don't realize it. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plan to bomb on us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off? And the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. Well, is that actually possible in real life? I don't know. No. I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo,
So the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
but
So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there? What else is there other than to head back up?
um,
Oh yeah. Okay, let's get out of here. But Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out. Yeah, he's right. Shut up. Seriously. I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
sorry.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. She apologized again in the audio. Then I'll try. Huh? What? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did you just capture his flag? I don't like that.
No, 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 no!
I kind of suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master. Yeah, I agree with her on that. I don't like Byakuya. I don't want him and Aoi being together. Fuck that. What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball.
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball, because you are sleazeball. Apparently, you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Hey, stop biting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse give and take. Me! I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us. I honestly hate it when someone decides to ring the doorbell at night. Oh. Whoops, my mistake.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. A couple of days ago, maybe, after Celeste's trial. But the night still wasn't over for me. Oh no. A voice. I could hear a voice. Is it Aoi? Oh god. That sound. That sound is never a good thing. Wake up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from a deep slumber into my half-consciousness. Into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Yeah, it's Kyoko.
Kyoko?
What the hell is she doing?
Yes, it's me.
Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
She wants to plow, dude. Time unknown. In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I made to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door... It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey,
Always. You don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. Ugh. What time is it?
correct.
3 o'clock. In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Dude, fuck this. I am saving right now. I don't know what's about to happen, but I don't like it. It's so late. What happened?
Makoto,
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor? I don't understand the point of that whole action thing. Like in Final Fantasy 2, we can take certain phrases and then save them and ask them to other people. It's not exactly to the same extent as Final Fantasy 2, but similar enough. And I don't understand the purpose of it in this game.
so...
Remember when Sakura said at the end of her note, "I'm not going to lay down and die. I will fight you." I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. Oh, son of a bitch, I knew what was happening. Alright, hold on for a second. Damn controller went dead. Still very interesting stuff happening. Alright, there we go. The data center. I thought it was locked. Maybe not anymore? Let's see. I made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I wind up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. She may be inside already? I put my hand to the door, and with a certain amount of force, it didn't open. I tried again, but... Is this a setup or something? It must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor. Ah! I fucking knew it! Goddamn setup! I was right! Oh ho! What are you doing up here? What are you doing up, mister? Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh, well, I was trying to break into it. I was just trying to open it. You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But I can see that you don't. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself. You look like you might break in at any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. Yes, say sleepwalking, dummy. It's 3 o'clock in the morning for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now? Who's saying this?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko?
You too? You guys?
Whatever. The two of you just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto. Let's head back. Was she trying to see something? Like, did she actually specifically want Monokuma to show up for a reason? She's trying to test something out?
Hey.
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Yeah! Yeah! Go on, get out of here. Shoo! Shoo! So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, good. The fuck? Hold on! Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just happened to be locked. And then she shows up late, and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of that? Of all that?
Whew.
Don't worry about it. No, I'm worrying about it, dude. Because you told me to go up there. It was locked. Monokuma showed up. And then... now nothing? I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always. But...
Goodbye.
well then. Good night. Sure. And then that was over. Fucking wuss. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Who was that? Is that the mastermind? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
I was wondering when we were going to get back to that. So, makes me wonder, was the 16th student the masked guy that attacked Makoto? And why is there a 16th student? Why isn't this person just some agent, the secret agent lying in wait somewhere? Well, why specifically a 16th student? I don't understand the point that they're not actually participating in what's going on. Like, Sakura being a spy is one thing, but having a 16th student doesn't make any sense.
The one they call the ultimate despair.
Oh, shit.
Watch out for her.
It's a girl. Mukuru, I'll still apologies. I don't know, Mukuru sound like a guy's name, but I don't know. Possibly 7? I wonder if the 16th student would appear once we got down. Alto lump. Oh, that's nice. 4 by Gore. Ugh.
Mukuro
What now?
Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba. What?
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
The 16th student.
The 16th student lying hidden somewhere in this school.
The one they
call the ultimate despair.
Watch out for her.
Watch out for her. Kyoko told me to watch out for her. Mukuro Ikusaba. That was 3 days before the next incident. 3 days before we would be faced with another murder. Who the fuck? Wait, is that the same mask? 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself. Chapter 5. 100-mile dash, pain of a junk food junkie. In the meantime, the day after Sakura's class trial, that morning in the dining hall. So let's begin the... So something's up with the... Is it just me or is the sound cutting? The sound completely gone here. It is. What's up with the hell? You know, forget it. I'm just gonna keep going at this point. So let's begin the usual post-trial investigation. Actually, you know what? You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna end it here, and then I'll pick up some other time. The game is saved already, so I can just pick up here when I need to. So that's strange. I wonder who this. It's like I said before, like the fact that there's a 16th student walking around, that was interesting in itself. But again, like I said before, I still wonder why a 16th student. A spy like Sakura makes sense, but a 16th student who's not actually participating in anything that's going on, that's what's weird. And I'm pretty sure that's the same mask the person that the mysterious assailant who attacked Makoto wore. I think. I can go back and check, maybe. As I said before, like, what happens when it gets down to, like, 3 students? If that. 3 students, and then one of them dies. It's not going to be a big of a mystery to figure out. It's not going to be much of a mystery, rather, to figure out who did it. So what would be the point of that? Was that when the 16th student comes around? And then reveals themselves? They're like, ha! It's me! It's the 16th student! There are actually 3 of us left now. So, between who... I don't know. I don't know. But this is still gripping so far. So, I'll end it here. And I'll pick up some other time. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later.